Welcome back to another episode of JRNY TV, where we keep crypto simple, actionable, and a little chaotic, just like those markets. Today we are breaking down how staking could help you pull in $10,000 a month in passive income. Sounds wild? It is, but it's not impossible. The catch? You either need a big bag of crypto or a solid long-term game plan. Let's start with the basics. Staking, what is it? Staking is when you lock up crypto, like Ethereum or Cardano, to help run the network. And in return, you earn rewards. Think of it like earning interest, but instead of your bank paying you pennies, you're getting a cut of the network fees or inflation-based rewards. Ethereum and Cardano, two of the most popular coins for staking, both run on proof of stake, meaning no mining, just chilling and earning. Now, what about returns? Ethereum staking typically pays out somewhere between 3.5% and 5.5% annually, depending on the validator platform that you're using. Try finding that in a savings account with regular banks. Cardano floats in the 4% to 6% range. Doesn't sound like much though, right? But remember, this is compounding crypto. The number of tokens you're holding goes up, and if the price of those tokens goes up as well, now we're talking real growth. The key is stacking while you're early and letting both yield and market movement do their thing over time. Start big or build smart. How to grow into $10,000 per month. Let's be honest, if you're trying to make $10,000 a month from staking alone, you're gonna need a massive bag right out of the gate, or maybe just a plan to build a bag piece by piece. Most people don't have millions of dollars just sitting around waiting to be thrown at staking. So the question becomes, how do you grow a portfolio that can eventually get you there? That's where these two essential strategies, they come in: dollar cost averaging and swing trading. DCA is simple. You buy a fixed amount of crypto, say $100 or $500, whatever's best for your budget, on a regular schedule. Doesn't matter if the market's up or down, you just keep buying. Over time, this smooths out volatility and lowers your average cost. Average cost is what it's all about. No stress, no emotion, just steady accumulation. And this is how most long-term winners build real positions, not by aping in during pumps, but by stacking during quiet markets. Then there's swing trading, for when you want to get more hands-on. This is about catching short to midterm moves. Maybe you buy ETH or ADA during a dip, ride it up 10 to 20%, then rotate it into something else or stack more of your base coin. The goal? Use market cycles to increase the number of tokens that you hold. The more coins that you stake, the bigger your future rewards. But here's the deal. Swing trading is not for everyone. It takes patience, practice, and, ready for it, discipline. You need to study charts, track narratives, and not get wrecked chasing those pumps. The real cheat code? Combine both. Use dollar cost averaging to build your base layer, your long-term Ethereum and ADA holdings. Then you carve out a small part of your portfolio to swing trade during really volatile moments. Any profits? You roll them right back into your staking positions. That's how you compound. And the compounding effect is where things really take off. Just ask Warren Buffett. Let's say you start with $5,000 in staked Ethereum earning 5%. That's $250 a year. You take that $250 a year and restake it. Next year, you're earning rewards on $5,250 a year, then $5,512, and so on. It might feel slow at first, but over time, it snowballs, especially when you combine that with market growth. Bottom line, you do not need to be rich to build real income from staking. You just need a long-term mindset, a smart strategy, and the discipline to keep showing up. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And the folks who understand that, they are the ones who make it out on the other side with life-changing gains. Rewards are paid in crypto. Why that matters more than you think. Here's something that trips up a lot of newcomers in crypto staking. You're not earning dollars. You're earning more of the actual coin that you are staking. That's a big deal, because while the annual return percentages might not seem crazy on the surface, like 4, 5, and maybe 6% in some cases, those numbers don't tell the entire story. What actually matters is the price of the coin you're earning and where it might go next. Let's break it down. If you're staking Ethereum and earning 5% annually, and Ethereum is worth $2,000, then sure, 5% of that is $100 per ETH per year. But now picture this. What happens if ETH rips to $5,000? That same 5% suddenly becomes $250 per ETH per year on autopilot. You didn't do anything extra, but your earnings just 2.5x'd because of price movement. And that's where staking really starts to shine. Compound. Same goes for Cardano. Let's say ADA is 50 cents today, and you're staking 5% of that yield. Every 10,000 ADA that you get is 500 ADA per year. But if ADA pumps to $3 or $5 during the next bull run, suddenly those 500 extra ADA aren't just pocket change. They're serious income, just sitting in your wallet from doing nothing but holding and staking. That is exactly why crypto staking is much more than just earning interest. You're not just collecting a yield. You're in fact stacking coins. And in a bull market, stacked coins are rocket fuel. You're earning assets, not cash. And those assets, they can multiply fast. And if you're positioning properly before the hype kicks in, well, you can build real wealth. But here's the flip side, and it's important. This works both ways. If the market tanks, your staking rewards shrink in USD value. Even if you're earning the same amount of crypto, it doesn't matter. That's why staking alone isn't the full strategy. It's one piece of the puzzle. You combine it with good timing, market awareness, and solid asset selection, and suddenly you're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. So if you're asking, is it even worth staking right now? The answer is yes, especially now. Stack while it's quiet. Let the rewards pile in. And when the market flips, that's when your passive income really starts to pop. How much ADA or ETH do you actually need to make for $10,000 per year in passive income? Okay, so let's get into those numbers, because if your goal is to make $10,000 a month from staking, we've got to talk real capital. The first thing that you need to know is this: staking yields are percentages. So the more that you stake, the more you earn. Simple, right? But how much crypto does it actually take? Let's start with the Ethereum. At today's price of around $2,000 per ETH and an average staking yield of 5% per year, that means for every $2,000 worth of Ethereum staked, you'd earn about $100 annually in Ethereum. That's not much on its own. So to hit $120,000 a year, which breaks down to $10,000 per month, you'd need $2.4 million worth of ETH staked. That's about 1,200 ETH. Yeah, it's a big number, but don't tune out just yet. This is just one scenario. Let's run the same scenario with Cardano. If ADA is sitting at 50 cents, and let's say the average staking return is also 5%, you'd need 2.4 million in ADA to hit that same $120,000 a year mark. That's about 4.8 million ADA, which again sounds wild, but remember, this is if you want to earn $10,000 today off of passive staking alone. Most people aren't starting there. They're building toward this with smart stacking, dollar cost averaging, and some well-timed flipping. And here's where people get caught up. They think staking is supposed to make them rich overnight. It doesn't. It doesn't happen like that. It's not meant to happen like that. It is simply a multiplier, a force multiplier that works if you're stacking while the market is quiet. So if $2.4 million seems out of reach, that's totally fine. The real play is to keep growing your holdings while the market is asleep and let staking rewards compound over time. Even if you're making $100 or $500 a month, right now, every dollar counts to scale massively in the right bull cycle. So yeah, $10,000 a month in staking is definitely possible, but it's not click one button and retire type of easy. It's a math game. And knowing the numbers, well, that's how you win. What if Ethereum or ADA 10x? Staking math that changes everything. All right, so let's dream a little. What happens if Ethereum or Cardano pulls off a 10x from current prices? It's not just a moonshot fantasy. This kind of price appreciation has happened before, and with the right market conditions, it could very well happen again. And if you've been stacking during the quiet times, you're not just holding more valuable assets, you are unlocking a completely different level of staking income. Let's break it down with Ethereum first. So say you're holding 200 ETH, staking and earning 5% annually. At today's price of around $2,000, that's around $400,000 for your portfolio, generating around $20,000 a year. Solid, but not quite life-changing. Now, let's say ETH hits $20,000. Your same 200 ETH is now worth $4 million. Your staking rewards, yeah, those jump from $20,000 a year to $200,000 a year. That's over $16,000 a month, and you didn't have to stake a single extra coin. You just held, you just stayed in the game. Same story for ADA. If you've got 500,000 ADA staked at 50 cents, your portfolio is worth $250,000. At a 5% yield, that's $12,500 a year. But if ADA hits $5, which is very possible, that same stack is now worth $2.5 million, and your 5% yield becomes $125,000 a year or over. And your 5% yield becomes $125,000 a year or over $10,000 a month. And again, nothing changed in your staking strategy, just the price of the coin. And that's the secret sauce of crypto staking. Your interest is in the coin, not the dollars. So when the market moves, your entire reward engine scales up right along with it. This is exactly why building a base now during sideways or bear markets is such a massive opportunity. You don't need to hit $10,000 a month right away, okay? You're working towards that. You focus on growing your coin count. You dollar cost average into strong assets. You compound your staking rewards and maybe swing trade into dips. Stack, stack, and stack. Because if and when that 10x happens, you're not scrambling to buy in at the top. You're already sitting pretty on a yield machine that's now going parabolic. And sure, 10x gains are never guaranteed, ever. Crypto is volatile and things move fast in both directions. But that is exactly why it pays to build during the quiet periods and have a plan during the explosive ones. This is not about just making money. It's about creating a system that works with the market instead of constantly trying to outsmart it. So how many coins are you stacking today that could 10x your life tomorrow? The game plan moving forward. All right, so here's the bottom line. If you're trying to make $10,000 a month from staking, it's not some overnight flip, but it is definitely doable with patience, consistency, and strategy. Whether you're going big with ETH and ADA, stacking through dollar cost averaging, flipping altcoins from compounding compounding gains, or maybe you're diving into high yield small caps. It's all about having a plan and sticking to it. The key, think long term. The real money in crypto doesn't go to the fastest. It goes to the ones who stay in the game the longest. Just ask Warren Buffett. Keep learning, keep stacking, keep showing up when others fade out. Because when that next bull market hits, and trust me, it will, it's the people who built during the boring seasons that get rewarded during the insane ones. So what's your next move? Are you going to keep scrolling, or are you going to set up a wallet that allows you to start staking today? Please drop a comment below and let us know where you're at. Whether you're earning your first few dollars in rewards or eyeing that $10,000 a month dream, we want to hear from you. If this video helped you level up in your crypto strategy, please be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next video. And as always, do remember, the future belongs to those who start preparing for it today. Thanks again for watching JRNY TV. We will see you in the next one.